Good afternoon, everybody. A very warm welcome back to the channel. A very warm welcome to London Stansted as well. Freeware scenery. We've got GSX fired up and loading the aircraft at the moment as we speak. We're on the VATSIM network and we're off to Dalaman today. Simulations Dalaman Airport, which is available on various different shops, and this Freeware Stansted is available on flightsim.to. But here we are, using a default profile, if you like, for both the 737 and also the passenger boarding as well, which is quite cool. Ian, g'day. MPS Gaming, hello. Darcy2, Badger, Ian, Gav, Craig, welcome folks. Jack's there in the TUI next to us. We've got Rish on ground control, I believe, as well. And let's capture... Oh, now look at that. We go to, let's see, I've always wanted to see the wing views and what passengers look like. Now that's pretty epic, isn't it? There's a screenshot and a half to start the day. You know what, when it works, GSX is great, isn't it? Faris, hello. Jay, good afternoon. Commentator, welcome folks. Great to have loads of you with us today. Hope you're enjoying the sim so far with World Update or Sim Update 10 coming very soon. There's our routing. Neil, hello. Right, so, interestingly, just before the stream begun, we had a crash to desktop 121725. And the only thing we did differently to yesterday was actually try and spawn in with live weather switched on. And the second I got in the sim, bing, memory application error, as it was loading the live weather. So, furious. But we've restarted the sim basically. Got loads of chat going on already. Fritz, Nighthawk, Andrew, Jan, welcome everybody. Wally, hello. Zato's done the takeoff calculations. His rotation speed is 157 knots. Yeah, we're super heavy today. Just to give you an idea, fuel 15,000 kilograms. This is the heaviest we've ever flown this. In fact, any 737. And payload, zero fuel weight's 59.3. The gross weight for departure, look, 74.3 tons. 74,300 kilograms. We go to here though. We want to have a look at M1 limits. Takeoff 2, climb 2, flap 5. 6.63. AR simulations, hello.
Run a bit to
6.63.
Sorry, would you happen to know the transmission option?
About there? It's not going to allow us to select anything yet until we've got our departure added in, which is runway 04.
I can up this to go.
So we go departure 04, CLN, which is the Clacton 5 Sierra departure out of Stansted, is the one we want. Checking the legs page, and that looks good up to Clacton, Redfa. Look at that. Rotating at 150 knots with flap 5 today. Absolutely mega. This is going to be great fun. That's the climb profile, cruise profile, descent. We'll do the forecast later.
Transition altitude 6,000 feet on the fit.
1023, I believe. He said. Information Oscar. And we're stand 2-3. Stansted ground, good afternoon. Tomjet 358, Boeing 737-800 on stand 2-3 with Oscar. Request RFR clearance to Dalaman.
3 for Stansted, good Dalaman, Charter 2 Sierra, Hawk 3370, QH is 1023.
cleared Dalaman, collecting 5 Sierra departure, squawk 3370 and QNH 1023, Tom Jet 358.
155, correct.
3370.
5735 at stand 44 in Boeing 737-800. With information after requesting IFR clearance to Dalaman.
Dalaman ding dong. Here come the punters.
Good Dalaman on the correction 5 Sierra departure squawk 0323, Tom Jet 5735. Correct.
Okay, let's have a look at Navigraph for a moment.
United 217 here with information after request IFR to Dalaman, please.
So we've just fed in the data. We need to add in the airport data, parking stands. So we're open Bravo. We're going to push start 04s all the way down the bottom. So we're going to be taxiing Bravo, probably Juliet down to November, then Hotel or something like that. But we'll go whatever we get told to do. Clacton 5 departure though. It's going to be flying outbound, turning right on a 115-degree radial outbound from Barkway VOR 11625. We'll program that shortly. And maximum climb, look, 6,000 at Clacton 11455 there. Warning of a step climb due to interaction with other routes. We must ensure strict compliance with the climb profile unless cleared specifically by ATC.
Run 80 Yankee stand 32, requesting push and start.
Passengers bus is coming.
So we do 6,000.
Yankee pushing start for 32 to the Bravo Easter line.
042 initially for our runway heading.
East line.
Oh look, we got the PFD issue on the right hand side. See that? Hopefully it doesn't affect us on the left. Speeds, what do we have? 154, 164 for climb out initially. That's so quick, isn't it? We could do flight directors 1 and 2 on. And then down here we wanted to add in the VORs, so Barkway 1165. And then 11455.
Very good evening. Good day. Ryanair 86.
We're going to be outbound 115.
86 Foxtrot, Stansted, hello 5.
Ryanair 86 Foxtrot.
And then inbound using 087 to Clacton. So we've got 2 VORs set, both courses set for both, and that's going to allow us to track our routing along the way nice and accurately. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome on board. It's great to have you here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, give us a like as well. Afternoon Dwyle and AR Simulations, good evening David L. Is the 737-800 worth it, Theodore says? Absolutely, yeah, it's fantastic. Tuaf, hello to you in Turkey.
I'll take a bit slower for you. So you can taxi Charlie, Juliet, Link,
Jake, so to change to kilograms, you have to go to PMDG setup. I'm trying to remember now. Aircraft displays, page 9. There we go. Metric/imperial units, kilos to pounds, and vice versa. 1023 set. That's all good. Now I've no idea what's going to happen with the pushback today. Ronnie, hello, buddy. Yeah, this 737-800 is epic. It's absolutely worth every penny. I mean, look at that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Lots of people enjoying my Bristol profile already, and somebody in fact popped 3 screenshots of the boarding process onto that page on flightsim.to. Really, really good to see. It looked, I mean, the screenshots they put on there looked so incredibly realistic. William, no, it shouldn't be. shouldn't be stuck. Could be anything, that's the problem. Neil, yeah, thank you for reminding me there. It's back to front, isn't it? Unless it's specifically configured. So we're going to want tail right. But actually from the pilot's point of view, it'd be tail left. Is that? Well, it's the reverse of what the tug actually should do, isn't it, at the moment, with the default. There goes the last of the passengers, I believe. Close left entry aft. Just going to check it again in a second. Close left entry forward. Probably going to tell us to close the cargo holds. We're still loading bags. Oh, they appear to have buggered off. Oh, well, you know what? I shall close those as well.
Osprey 70 to push started onto Zulu Centre, QH1083.
Order complete. So what we want to do now is think about preparing for pushback and departure.
I don't know why I keep saying the QH until you said it.
Yes, Sato, thank you. Remember, pushback collapses the gear. Fantastic.
Through 5 at stand 44, requesting push and start.
Contact 5765, Russia, stand 44, push and start.
Right, let's just go through the checklists before we do start to prep for departure now. Make sure we haven't forgotten anything at all. We need to bleed the APU. Probably put the packs on for the punters as well. They'll be annoyed otherwise. Forgot that. Altimeter set, the FMC's all set, transponder set, fueling and loading, boarding complete, takeoff data set, cruise altitude pressurization panel. All being well, folks, you should be able to hear me again. That is so frustrating. Another crash to desktop, guys. Well, actually, it wasn't a crash to desktop. It was just a flat-out blue screen of death. IRQL once again, and we've not had that for a little while, actually. Really worrying, actually. Not really sure what caused that, and it was. So that was another blue screen of death, second one today. Bit weird actually, not sure why that's happened. Really peculiar. I was just trying to load up Event Viewer at the time too. And I had no idea what it was doing there. But you should be able to hear us again, hopefully. We will see how we go. So I got this far last time. Just going to give it a second. It's lively. Yeah, and I don't really understand why. It's just so sudden and so strange. I got an error at 1316, kernel error. Cloud files diagnostic event listener failed to start. Oh, there we go. Critical error. That's a reboot. Dump file generation succeeded, it said. Volume manager. Don't know what any of it means, to be honest. Where's the other one? Where's the original one? Error. GPU ID, device video 3. So potentially, I wonder. Let's, I mean, what's the worst that could happen here? Yeah, we are on Windows 11 now. Let me share my display with you guys. Some of you know more than I do about this sort of thing. So this is one thing that I've got here. Description for event 0 from NVLDDMKM cannot be found. Gobbledygook for me, but it says either the component that raises this event not installed on your local computer or the installation is corrupted. If the event originated on another computer, device/video 3, error occurred on GPU ID 700. Faulting application name, TB firmware flow 3 1230. Okay, well I know what that one was. That was me trying to sort out the hardware on my yoke because it had an update today. Display driver NVLD DMKM stopped responding and has been successfully recovered. It says whatever that driver is, isn't it? By the looks of it. Shutdown system generated. Bug check, memory dump. And then the other one hasn't really got anything in here, interestingly enough. Ooh, what's this one? No, that's fine. Volume manager source there. Okay, let's have a quick look at the live chat. Yeah, we've done a driver clean install a couple of times now, Empire, bizarrely enough. Fritz says, have you tried running the sim in windowed mode? No, I haven't actually, to be honest. David, yeah, we're on Windows 11 now. But, I mean, predominantly, we were having this issue on Windows 10 quite a lot. The Pimentel's had the MVLD-DM-KM error as well. Let me throw that into Google and see what comes up. That's NVIDIA. NVIDIA blue screen error. Something to do with graphics driver. We've got the latest graphics driver though, and we've completely cleanly uninstalled it and then reinstalled it fresh again. Very weird. So I guess the side question to this is, could my GPU be on its sort of way out, a bit of a burnout type thing? It's a video TDR failure. That's apparently what it is, according to Google. I love that at the end though. It turns around and tells you to make sure you've got your graphics driver up to date. But if the actual graphics driver being up to date is the problem, then how on earth can you... Yeah, MG King, it was a complete blue screen of death with a computer restart. Zato, it's 2 years old. So the Vol Manager thing, sorry Neil, was... it basically a marker that said dump file generation succeeded. So it basically was an error showing that it had dumped an event data into hard disk volume 3, whatever that means. I don't know. I wish I understood this a lot more. Pilot, yes, AMD for the CPU, but the GPU is NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Super. Martin had a blue screen of death when he was watching a movie yesterday. Brad, no, I haven't done it. Well, unless there's one today, but then I've not had anything pop up on Windows Update, to be honest. Check for updates. Oh, there is a cumulative update actually, 08/2022 for Windows 11. But if I install it, this is the problem, isn't it? You install it, it's going to require a restart, so I can't exactly do that at the moment. Odd though, because yesterday we did the full flight all the way across Europe from Helsinki to Gatwick, and we didn't have a problem. Well, let's see how far we get. I shan't bother with GSX until we need to do pushback. This is going to be, hopefully stand 23's free still. Need to fire Rex up as well. MG King, yes, we had Chrome running as well, yes. So Rex's weather, ready, I should say. Absent, well, only if we get there. I mean, let's face it, at the moment, we don't know if we're going to. FSU IPC. We need Navigraph. Or Navigraph. We also need the Luke Air tool. Okay, let's see how far we get, folks. Bing. I've had 2 blue screener deaths in the space of 5 minutes. Very frustrating. 12195 for Stansted delivery. 12195. A lot of this is going to be from memory, folks, until I get my bits all ready and sorted out again in a moment. $33. Watching the APU rise. It was 6,000 initially for climb. It's going to be around 160-ish. So let's move it up. Let's clear that. We're going to wait for the IRS to... Oh my good grief. Let me just share the display with you, folks. Flight simulator application error. Brilliant. God, I hate this sim sometimes. This is infuriating. Right. Got a plan. It's going to give me, I guess I'm going to need about 5 minutes, I suppose, to try and sort this out. And we're going to still commit. Good grief, this is going to be a long stream, isn't it? Be like, what did you guys do for the first hour of your stream? We installed Windows, had 2 blue screens of death, and we had a crash to desktop because of a memory failure in the sim. Thanks, Asobo. Where's Event Viewer? So we should have something for Flight Sim XE in that instance, shouldn't we? For that crash that we've just had. I mean, at this rate, we won't be flying from Stansted. We're going to have to pick somewhere else. 1325. Oh, funnily enough, as usual, we don't have any log issue. Yeah, so not even a single log there for the Microsoft Flight Simulator crash that we've just had. No trace of it. Apparently it didn't happen. Rich, thanks, buddy. Fitzy. We, well, after the blue screen of deaths, we've had 2 blue screen of deaths. Steve said the update took him about 20 minutes this morning. Oh. Well, I think then we're going to ditch Stansted. We're going to have to think on the fly. Where would we be in about 40 minutes after? Well, do we commit to Stansted anyway? Try and make up for lost time. We could always do Brussels. Or even Dusseldorf. What do you guys think in the live chat then? You can make the decision. Do we stick to Stansted Dalaman once we've installed this Windows update as well to see if this can try and prevent the crashing and everything else? Or do we reconfigure and create something else? We could change it to a different one on the fly. Or we could even do Frankfurt. Frankfurt's en route, or Munich. I'd imagine a couple of folk are already airborne. Yeah, Badger's airborne. Depends about everybody else waiting as well. UC's there, look. Ryanair 5 Juliet Mike. Looks like he's just pushing back. EGP, LGSR, Gatorhawk's there. There was our active flight. We didn't get very far, did we? What a real shame. Breadmaster. Turbo Stiggy in there. So there's only a few people flying. We've got one there. Gav's just departed. Fantastic. So we've got Faris has just gone as well. And Craig J's on his way out too. Right, so I mean that's predominantly everybody already going, don't we? So Shuts, good afternoon. No, we're going to stick with the TUI livery still. And we'll still stick with our TUI UK livery as well, by the way. I'm not going to change that either. We're just going to have to be rather creative and pretend like we've already just done this departure over the channel and away. Right, I mean, everybody at Stansted then, if you guys head off and start to depart, I will monitor on Volanta to see roughly how far you get and how long the update is going to take, effectively. It's 25% installed at the moment. Jack's just departed. Ethan, no, we've not done Antalya yet. Yeah, I'm thinking Frankfurt or Munich's probably the right one, isn't it? It's probably a good idea. Bets no, because we've got everybody flying to Dalaman, so we want to try and intercept the conga line if we can. You know what we could do as well? Let me just load up GE Force Experience, see if there's a new driver update too. Bear with me. Just going to hide this a second because it comes up with a whole load of personal stuff. No, it says we've still got the most up-to-date driver. Gav, thanks buddy. It's so frustrating when this happens, doesn't it? Almost infuriating, in fact. We've got to get it sorted for tomorrow as well. Steve, yeah, we'll do a reboot. The stream will stay live though, of course, when it does reboot. and then it will go blank for a couple of minutes while I reboot everything, fire it all up. Either that, we can create a whole new stream. Well, Dirty 2, I was getting all of the blue screen of deaths on Windows 10, which is why we changed to Windows 11. It's definitely not a Windows 11 issue. In fact, most people have suggested it's even more stable than Windows 10 at the moment. It's all a little bit weird, isn't it? I think actually what I should probably do is purchase that PSU that I've been putting off. A couple of people suggesting it could be my power unit, perhaps. I've had it sat in my basket the whole time for the last week or so, but because we got through yesterday without any problems, we figured actually we probably got through it a little bit and we'll be okay. Shuts, hello buddy. Usual stuff, sadly. We've had crash to desktops, 2 crash to desktops, and a couple of other things as well. Blue screen of deaths, just to mix it up. One of them looked pretty horrendous. It froze the whole screen, and I'd assume it didn't show it on your side of things, but. Oh, Neil, yeah, but I don't like Corsair now because I bought their RAM, and after 6 weeks their RAM completely failed on me. So I don't trust the brand, sadly. I've purchased the one that we put on Discord the other day, actually, which was an Asus ROG Strix one, modular, gold 850 watt. I mean, even if it comes and I don't need it, we can have a little bit of a muck about and see what happens with it. Let's have a look at... We've got VAT Spy, haven't we? Let's bring that up. So we can monitor everybody's departures here. There's Gav, Osprey 722. There's his flight details. We can show him on the map as well. Tom Jet, there's Jack Tom Jet 5735. United 217 doing some odd Stansted Dalaman route. Yeah, Neil, but it does wreck your trust in them. Everybody says how great they are, and then you use them for the first time, and it just gets obliterated. It's all a bit of a... You kind of rely on the brands, don't you, to solve some problems. I don't know why the memory error came back up though. Unless live weather's somehow reactivated. Ah, maybe it did. Maybe live weather's reactivated itself on that reboot. Temps have always been fine. They pretty much sit up for the GPU around 50 to 60 degrees. Oh yeah, I don't overclock anything. I've just left it all quite default. France have got ATC online. There's no one over Germany at the moment. Frankfurt's got Tower and ATIS. Athens Radar's online. Of course they are. Good old Athens Radar. Shuts, yeah. I might end up trying to spec up a bit of more of a sensible what you call it, more of a sensible option for the creation of... Oh, here we go. Guys, I'll be back in a moment. In effect, my computer's going to restart because it seems to have updated the install. It's going to take maybe 10 minutes. Bear with me. Go grab a cup of tea or a gin and tonic on my behalf. Right, I'm back. There we go. For some, I mean, that was really weird as well. Dirty2 saying there, no audio. Thanks for telling me. Bizarrely, inside Streamlabs, it stopped recognising my microphone until I re-clicked it, which is a little bit weird. Jack, no, we've still got to go to Dalaman because we've got everybody flying along. It's not fair for everyone else for me to just ditch the route all of a sudden. How long's the conga line? Because we could potentially spawn at Stansted and be at the back of the queue, and then maybe fly as fast as we can. Sim brief. Let's see what happens. If we get another crash to desktop, I'm going to be rather confused, and I won't really know what to suggest either at that point. Just edit the flight here. 13:20. Probably a good point of departure there, actually. 13:20 Zulu. So I'm going to refresh this and refile on VATSIM. So the plan is stick with Stansted for the time being. William's doing the same. He's going to Stansted, then motoring it. Poseidon, that's good to know. I might get rid of that as well. What's the last thing I installed, MG King? What, hardware driver related or just in general? In general, you know what, to be totally honest, I can't remember. We could do Brussels potentially. That could be a good option of intercepting the pack, because we're going to be, let's face it, on the ground for about 30 minutes or so still, aren't we? So so Doc, if you're watching, Mahmood, yeah, Edinburgh to Dalaman's going to be even further, sadly. Breadmaster's a very good point. Brussels, so we're not 45 minutes behind. We're going to have to manually add in our route. This is the problem. Let me just configure one for Brussels just in case there's a bit of an emergency here. Good grief, that's a long route. All directs as well. Ah. Yeah, Molly. Check out the tutorial I did. I've made it very clear on there how to move the sort of GSX edit mode stuff around. Naturally, I can't exactly go through it at the moment. Commander, that's even further as well. We want to be if we're going to move, we've got to be closer to Dalaman. Okay, well there's 110 watching. Let me just fire up a quick poll. It's a very quick poll, so those of you watching, choose your favourite straight away. I'm pointing more towards Brussels. We were going to be then in the pack and ahead of the pack slightly, potentially. Zato, no, it shouldn't be. It appears... Well, most likely, let's face it, it's probably a Windows issue. I don't really know, but it doesn't. It suggested a driver failure of some sort. Okay, we're in. 50 votes. Looks like we're going to Brussels, folks. Bye-bye, Stansted. What runway's in use at Brussels? Anyone know? 7 left, apparently. So let's. Yeah, clear skies, live time. Just going to go into settings here as well because I want to make sure. System's default device. Maybe I'll try that. I know that's been causing a lot of the memory errors for people as well. Okay, Brussels. Thanks for voting, everybody. Barris, yeah, but hardware, where do you begin? Do I need a new GPU? Do I need a new... Do you know what I mean? Do I need a new power unit? I just don't have a clue. Probably half the problem as well, let's face it. I'm pretty clueless when it comes to these things. Alright, we need to get a new route ASAP. We're going to stick with the TUI UK call sign that we had already, Tomjet 358, and also stick with all the other stuff that we were planning for. Pre-file flight. VATSIM. 35,000 feet now. At least we have the wonderful Aerosoft Brussels to enjoy for a little while. Connect. Tom 358, 738. Here goes VATSIM with the new flight plan fetch. Sorry, Rish, and those of you at Stansted as the controllers hoping for a departure with us today. There it is. Doc's not paying attention at the moment, sadly, so we're going to have to just make up a route quick ourselves. Awful lift music. FMC. POS in it. The hell just happened there? EBBR. Gate are we at? Is this gate 42? I think it is. Okay, no worries. William, well, TUI do, but it'd be under JAF, or Beauty as their call sign for TUI Fly Belgium. We want Rex to start feeding in the weather. Bear with me, just bringing that up. It's an external program. Oh, the PSU is only 2 years old. My graphics card's only 2 years old. My CPU's only 2 years old. These things shouldn't be happening. Okay, well this is going to be an absolute pain in the backside. EBB, oops. LTBS. And we're going to be Tom 358. So we're going to have to just go into, where is it? Let's go back one here. Exactly, or is that just the general build quality now? Is it just rubbish from companies that are getting spewed out all the time? Don't know. TUI, so just new flight in sim brief here, just trying to sort out Navigraph as well, multitasking and all that. I need the METAR as well for Brussels. 040 at 10, we'll just use 07 then. And this departure, what's it called? Speed 2 Tango. That'll work. So via SPI. Ooh. 1131, top one. So direct to speed, UL6. .607 to Matug. Direct to Bombay. Tenlo. Direct to Lamsey. See, we would have saved time, of course, doing this if we'd just gone back to Stansted, but Sassel, it's all just too time consuming to start again and be right behind everybody. Babbitt, it's going to be 45. Ravak. Direct to Nisva. Then it's the Yankee 505 Airway. I mean, let's face it, the pilot's got to do this in real life anyway. To Nikti when they're getting in the flight deck at the start of their journey. UN, next page, UN 127 to LMO. Which is probably Limoges, I think. UN 128. That's only a guess, I'm not exactly sure what that is. UN 128 Rixo. UN 127 to IMR. UT 489 to Sonup. There's our route. That'll do. Menu, FS actions. Interesting. That's very weird. So currently I have no throttle. I've got yoke. What is going on? Has the sim reset something here? No, it's just not picking up my yoke now. Don't actually know what to suggest here with this. Yeah, Dirty 2, I mean, what's... No absim. The brake pedals are working, but yeah, anyway, don't worry about it. Basically, it's not letting me pull the park brake or move the throttles or do anything else. Okay, well the sim might crash to desktop. Yeah, hydraulics are on. For goodness sake. What is going on with this simulator at the moment, guys? This is so frustrating. Beeline pilot, that's the least of my concerns at the moment. We're not going anywhere at the moment. Control options. I know. Let's go search by input. I'm going to click a button. Okay, so it's not reading it at all now. Alright, let's completely unplug it, see what happens with the sim. It might crash to desktop. If it does, let's face it, that's all we've had so far anyway. We've unplugged it, we've plugged it back in again. Oh, look at that, now it's working. Don't want to save any modifications, thank you. Okay, let's test. Woo! Yeah, buddy! Oh, what else is this sim going to throw at us today? Oh my god. Right, fuel, 13,000. 027. I'm actually going to put 13,500 in because I'm going to go like the clackers. I'm going to burn off that extra bit of fuel. Why not? Payload. Where is it? Payload 126. 126? No, 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 no. We want to be full of passengers. This is a holiday flight. We want 184. Let's load them up. God, this sim is infuriating at the best of times, isn't it? 13,800 kilos of fuel now. So we need to be even heavier. Packs 184, cargo 2 tons, there are fuel weights around 58.6. So this is where the ore meter profile just doesn't actually work properly. So if we do this, it's still massively over. So it reckons we've got 2 tons of cargo, but actually we don't, if that makes sense. I think we're going to have to set this to nearly 0. What on earth? 58, yeah. Oh, hold on. 59.60 fuel weight. Yeah, we're going to have to go with that. Fuel is actually now 14,000. $74 tons, 73.6 tons again for us. Payload, that's done. Menu, let's go down here, just set 1228. God, I'm trying to remember what we're doing now. We need perfinite request. I'm going to go 07 left. .2, flight level 350 is the new flight level. We need to make sure we've pulled our flight plan. We have, that's good. Cruise winds. Where is it? 235 at 22. And And we need Navigraph to sort itself out. And we're going to have to add our new route in again. So open charts, airports. That'll do. SID was Sierra Papa India 2 Tango. 1146 Bub. And then Sprimont 1131. We're going to squawk 2000 because we don't have any ATC at the moment. So we need to make sure these are on. I'll do the overlay in a minute as well once we start to make a bit more progress to our journey. Just work to get everything else configured first. Takeoff 2, climb 2. .59. 7 left. Speed 2 Tango. .59's about that, and there's our V speeds, so not far off what we had out of Stansted anyway. Look, 163 is our V2 plus 10. 163, runway heading 07 is 064 degrees. .064. And speed 2 Tangos, the initial climb, transition altitude is 45, but looks like flight level 60. We need the Brussels META, EBBR. Doc, I've seen you've pinged me on Discord, but thank you. It's I've already got a route now, it's a bit late, buddy. 040 at 10, appreciate it. 1021. What else am I missing? Flight directors. I mean, route data, it's not going to really be able to pull in the wind because it doesn't know it, so I'm just going to ignore that bit for now. Your damper's good. They're fine. I'm going to pop the engine pumps off. What's our altitude at the moment? 350. Okay, so that's pumps on. I have no idea what pushback is going to be like here. Thanks everybody for bearing with me for this. It's rather annoying, but I appreciate you've all stayed with us throughout. We're going to push and start that way, so it's the reverse because GSX is a bit balked at the moment. We need to do tail, it should be tail right, nose left, but actually it's nose right because of the way GSX seems to work. Map, route plan. Fetch from SimBrief.
Brussels traffic, beeline for 169. We're pushing back on what we are ready to take to taxi for holding point.
What are we? 142. Brussels traffic, Tomjet 358, stand 142 I believe, push start to face south, correction west, QNH 1021 Brussels traffic. Where's my checklist? I'm going to have to bring it all out again, 2 seconds. I don't want to commit to pushback without forgetting or making sure I haven't forgotten anything. Okay, I think that is looking good. Parking brake is set, so let's go to menu, FS actions, ground services, remove the chocks and the ground power disconnects and the stairs disappear if there are any connected. That's all looking good. We're going to go to the GSX menu. Cool, scripting hasn't started, so let's bring it in. We're just going to give it a minute or so. So I'm just going to deactivate it. Blue, yeah, the latest drivers. Mark, appreciate it. That should be long enough.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
No, it's not. Hopefully soon. Avia partner, what was it? It's nose. Perspective of the pilot, nose right. Because it's back to front.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Well, we've got further than last time, so every cloud. Oh, God. This stresses me out. Automator, hello, buddy. Thank you very much. Upgrading to silver. Quick overhead checks of everything here. 11654, 1 and 2.
Departure checks completed. Bypass not inserted.
Jeff, thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it. Hope you're well. Inbound 107 for the second.
Pacific, taxiing Romeo and Naviera, this is 07.
CTD suck, but hey, here's a super chat, zany face.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. And Automator as well, upgrading to silver frequent flyer status. Appreciate all the support, folks. Mark, yeah, it's when you don't have a profile with custom pushback set up by the profile creator, what it does is it gives you some weird behaviors. And you have to then mirror. So it should be from the perspective of the tug driver, but in this case it's actually not. So it's nose right, tail left. If I've got this correct. Wheel chocks are removed.
All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Well, we still got some epic screenshots at Stansted, didn't we? Okay, packs are off. APU is on. All of this is on automatic. APU's bleeds. We're going to go to ignition mode 2, ground starts. While this is happening, we've got the Luke Air Tool fired up. Through 20 and 2. Fuel control lever goes to run. We're getting there, folks. Oh my God. You never guess what's just happened. Memory error. But it's still playing in the background.
Extra penny, see a penny, pick it up.
Poseidon, the memory sticks are brand new. Literally just purchased them. Automated, thank you, buddy. 30%, 30%, they're all good. God, at this rate, I'm just going to install DCS and go and blow stuff up. Oh, what do we do? Bit lost for ideas, to be honest. Nighthawk, I'm not sure. Oh, damn straight, Dwell. And what a pain it is. MBS Gaming, how do you do that? Don't forget, I'm completely computer illiterate with this sort of stuff. And no idea. I think it's just the sim being the sim being crap at the moment. Let's face it. Oh, the timing's right for your RAM sticks. No idea what that means, Ian. Well, that's rather ominous. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was just the usual net runtime Fly Life Studio thing. Doesn't help at all, does it? Well, that time actually it saved something. Look, application pop-up. Jay, that's interesting. I've got 2 sticks, Mark. 2 32GB sticks, and they're both at their sort of set manufactured 3200 megahertz. We've got the XMP profile enabled because when I didn't, what it did is it ran the RAM at 2600 megahertz instead, which is all a bit weird. 1 hour 20, look, and we've got nowhere. But yesterday, bearing in mind nothing has changed since yesterday in the sim or in my setup, it's causing this. Today, really weird. Don't really understand the difference because yesterday was the same. But it is the memory issue isn't a memory issue needing new RAM, folks. It's a issue in MSFS. And yeah, hello William, welcome. Yeah, GSX looks really cool. It's not making the sims crash though, or at least the crashes we're experiencing are nothing to do with GSX. Yeah, but at this rate, it's going to be Athens to bloody Dalaman, isn't it? Where's our little merry line? Zato's there. That's so annoying because you guys were passing... where are you actually? Southend. Yeah, Craig and that. You guys were just passing Brussels as well. That would have been timed wonderfully. Okay, what about Stuttgart? Let's do Stuttgart, Stuttgart. Oh, Dalaman to Dalaman. Just circuits at Dalaman, Dwell. Just circuits at Dalaman. Jack's over Frankfurt at the moment. Good grief, yeah, you guys are quite far ahead, aren't you? Trying to find you on Valanta. There's Jack. Jack's blasted away. Munich, Hemmer, Hesh, Hemmer. Dusty, out of curiosity, what is your sound settings inside the sim? Are they set to system default?
Sort your S out, Asobo. We just want to fly.
Exactly, Rich. Thank you, buddy. Thanks to the super chat and Dwal as well. A couple of minutes back. Sorry, I must have missed that one in the all of the chaos. Thanks, Dwal, as well. Appreciate it. EDD. Is it EDDS for Stuttgart? I can't remember. Let's zoom in and find it. It is. We'll do Stuttgart. And I reckon that's going to give us 20-30 minutes. Well, this rate is actually going to be Salzburg or Munich. But I've not added in the Munich stuff, sadly. Viking Note says you should try Sim Update 10's beta as well. It's pretty stable. Mark, no, we turned off all the Google Map enhancement stuff. We tried live weather initially when we loaded the sim up. And then what happened is that caused memory issues. Crashed the sim with live weather switched on. So we turned that off, rebooted the sim, and things were working nicely. And then we got some blue screen of deaths. So maybe I'll change the sound settings back now. Local state packages 738 download FMS. I'm going to see if I can do this now real quick. Where's P for PMDG? See if I can drag the route in. Oops. Work, flight plans, route, weather. Okay, well that's just done that. See what happens. Brit says he personally thinks it's a Europe server issue. It's not a bad shout, actually. A couple of people reported when they changed to the was it the Asia server, they stopped getting some crash to desktops. Steve, yeah, get any closer, you could do it in Truck Sim. I mean, at this rate, Goat Simulator's better than this, isn't it? Let's face it. Status offline. Where's data? Well, we're not on. We're not offline. Live weather off. Multiplayer off. Real traffic off. We'll go to sound. I'm going to put these back to system default. Apply and save. Go back. We're just getting further and further away, aren't we? Let's try Stuttgart. Oh, look at that. We'll spawn here, nice and quick. In fact, if we're facing forwards, no push is required either, so we just drive forwards. Zoom, zoom. Preset, live weather, live time, clear skies. This is weird. The fact it will not let me change server. They're not to say, folks. I mean, the fact there's 133 of you still watching, I really appreciate it. Right, now we're going to Stuttgart. So sim brief, we need to pre-file on that sim. Oh dear, the VATSIM gateway is now timing out too. Okay, back in that one. 1420, actually we want 1440 for departure now. Or 1340Z, sorry. Roddy, hello. Ed, good morning. I'm here out of morbid curiosity as well, don't worry. Tomjet, connect. Flight plan, fetch. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get rid of that. Fetch from SimBrief, import, Rex, weather, start. So we're just going to wait for the Rex to start to feed weather in. In the meantime, what's that cruise for our new route? Flight level 210, are you actually joking? Oh, what's it done? That's why, because that's not correct. It should be UL. Goodness sake, SimBrief. It doesn't help SimBrief, it's pretty crap sometimes as well. What it does is it analyses other people's routes. And if they're not using upper level airways, then it buggers it all up. Flight level 350 will do. APU's firing up. Let's get the IRS aligned. Sounds like the yaw damper just clicked off. It did, brilliant. We want EDDS. UNH1018. What's in it? Let's see if this has got it. LTBS. I actually added it in during the load screen. Oh my god, it actually knows it. Yes! That saved us a couple of minutes. Menu, FS actions, fuel. Just set the part brake. We need 12,320 kilograms of fuel. Payload is 184 passengers with 2.2 tons-ish of cargo, giving us a fuel weight of 58.8 roughly, but a max of 61.7. So we do 1,000. 60.6. Interesting. We'll do that instead. 59. That works. We need to do load. MPS Gaming, no. I can't file my flight plan at the moment. The gateway for VATSIM's now gone offline. Oh, there we go, it's back. Sounds like the system's creaking. Oh my god. I think we have to think of something else, folks. Don't really understand what's going on at the moment in the sim. And it's completely locked out again. And that's without everything working. So that was no FSU IPC. Just vPilot. How old's the hard drive? 2 years. Try different aircrafts. It's not the aircraft, it's something going on inside the sim. Don't forget, yesterday we did the full flight. Nothing has changed. What about Windows updates? Let's check for updates again. Zero optional updates available, apparently. Yeah, Ian, you make a good point. It must have been on. Can we see your page file? What's that in? No, it's not system settings, is it? I can't remember how to find it now. Smooth flying, hello. Have you tried setting custom memory for your hard drive? Don't know what that means. Advanced systems, that's the one. It was from a conversation we had the other day. It's how we set it. There we go, so system managed. Not automatically managed, just system managed. Faris, I was told to disable the automatic though. That was quite a specific thing I was told to do. Sam, I promise you it's nothing to do with PMDG. We haven't had this problem for weeks through it with the aircraft. It's happened on multiple airplanes. Blue, inside there is much turmoil, to be totally honest. What was the other one? We had Event Viewer last time, and it was View Reliability History. Oh my god, look at that, there's 3 there. Oh, hello, Windows hardware error. $12.42. Wrong with your hardware caused Windows to stop working properly, but it doesn't tell you what happened. Oh, wrong button. Oh, I don't know. DCS. They do free trials, don't they? I want something awesome. Free-to-play program, it says here. Digital Combat Simulator Board 2.7 free-to-play is now available. Try out each and every one of our products for 14 days per product during a 6-month period. You can play each module sequentially or any number of them. The choice is yours. GZ KGM. It's a standalone version of DCS. What does that mean? I reckon we just download DCS and just try that. I watched the Top Gun movie yesterday. The new Top Gun Maverick movie. It's now available on Amazon Prime. And I tell you what, it's just incredible. Free-to-play system that lets you evaluate each of our products for 2 weeks. What does it mean? I mean, I don't really understand the DCS. Oh, I don't have Steam, Fritz. Download the open beta. I don't know what that is either. I'm a DCS noob. I've never touched it in my life. DCS World 2.7 open beta. I assume it's that then. Open beta of digital. It's free-to-play digital battlefield game. The release version will be available shortly after open beta is complete. The open beta is an optional version of DCS World that we first test new content with. Okay. No idea what to expect with this. That's a lot of admin. Oh right, yeah, DCS is going to take a long time for us to install then, isn't it? So Vikings raise the whole package and you have to download the whole 100 gig. Yeah, I have Microsoft Flight Simulator version. I don't want to do that at all. What happened to Microsoft Flight Simulator? It's crap, that's what. Endless list of issues, just constant failures, crash to desktops, one after the next. But yesterday was absolutely fine. Yesterday was problem free. And going from there really. Let's do CMD while this is happening, because I'm going to have to install that over the next few hours. You guys don't want to just watch me watch the install for that, do you? Let's do FSC scan. It's like the issues of last week are starting to creep back. The issues of people getting significant crash to desktops and things, but then why were we able to complete the flight yesterday with the exact same installation, the exact same system configuration, yet today computer said no? Doesn't make any sense, does it? And nothing hardware-wise has changed in that time. Content XML, let's delete that as well. Scenery indexes, let's clean this. Dush. No integrity violations. Mark, interestingly, I couldn't change the server. But I had the least ping because I was on the West Europe server as well, don't forget. Sato, yeah, I've got the account ready to go for the trial. I reckon we try once more, because DCS is going to take hours to download, isn't it? Let's face it. Art Neil, exceptionally well, buddy. Okay, back to the screen of doom. Gets quite tiring, doesn't it? I just can't understand why yesterday we were able to complete a full flight really smoothly with no issues. Nothing's changed except for today where it's just gone. Bleh, don't like it. Don't want to. Safe mode shouldn't be a problem. It's going now. I've deleted the content XML. It's going to have to recreate that as well. Matthew, hello. He hasn't had any crash to desktops. Viking says, try doing a disk check. Okay, 2 seconds. Let me just open command prompt admin, type check disk C. The type of file is NTFS. It's just warning /F parameter is not specified. Running check disk in read-only mode. Examining basic file structure. Completed. 0 bad files. Examining file name linkage. Mitch, exactly. I've replaced the RAM already fairly recently. Oh, Zato saying the forums are lighting up again. with crash to desktop reports. No problems at all found in my hard drive, my disk. That's always promising. So while this is booting up, let's have a look at this. Where does it go? News and announcements? Nope. Gen discussion. Well, I can't see any. Or am I completely missing it? Actually, you know what we did yesterday? At the end of the stream, we installed City Update 1. Beeline Pilot, I don't have DCS though, I'm installing it, don't forget. Someone said it's 100 gigabytes. I mean, I've got no idea where to find. Somebody's saying the forums are lighting up for crash to desktops, but I can't see any. Am I missing it? Paris, are you using add-on linker? Yes. Did you run the model lib and model material to check for errors? I don't know what that is either. Oh look, here we go. That's a new one. Three hours ago. Just general conversation, this is the problem. I mean, this is 1,400 threads long, which is mega. Yeah, Matthew, we did that a little while ago. Where is event viewer? Stand by. HK, yeah, I actually have found it to be a bit more stable than Windows 10, to be honest. Yeah, we've done like event viewer and all that sort of stuff. At the moment, it tells us Fly Live crashed, but in reality, we know from before it's nothing to do with that. It's kind of like a mask of what is actually happening. Steve, hello. He's had weird random blue screen and death crashes and BIOS errors, and after much head scratching it ended up being my SSD drive being faulty. How do you work that out? How do you find... I mean, one of them's brand new. One of them's I got in... Well, it's my NVMe M2 card. I got that around August, I think. Right, so up here, we can't change the server. Unless we go... Maybe actually it's a setting in here. So maybe we go to... Data. Multiplayer on. There we go. I mean, look at the pings though. Let's try East US. We don't have a rolling cache anyway, so let's just click delete anyway. Spotting Tel Aviv had a crash to desktop a couple of hours ago. When it loaded in, it just died. Yeah, Windows 11 is very different. Okay, so now we've changed to East US. God, where is everybody now? How far's the conga line got? Craig's there, he's over Nuremberg. Gav. Badger. Good grief, they're over Austria. Okay, so let's look at sort of Croatia, Rijeka kind of part of the world. Oh, Ljubljana could be one. We don't have the scenery installed though for anything because we've turned it all off for today. The hell is this? It's a right mess. Where's the airport? There it is. Okay, well, let's put live weather back on, just see what happens. Something must be seriously messed up with the servers for it to be doing this all the time, folks. We had this problem last week. We thought we got over it. I don't even know. I can't remember what the... where is it? Where's Ljubljana? LJ. 1456, so we're going to go for 1420Z now. Push back again. Generate flight, see what comes up. So much for being excited about flying the heaviest we've ever flown. I just want to fly my 737-800. Okay, let's see how far we get. No pushback required, we're just going to go zoom zoom straight out. Don't leave the aircraft, Gav says. That's another potential issue, isn't it? LTBS. Could it be the photogrammetry issues from last week creeping back up? Tom 358. QNH 1014, winds 140 at 2 knots. Just need to create a new set of flight data on here. Was it 140? Okay, runway 12 for departure. Landing point, hello. Direct Magam it says, so... Magam, Zag, or the Zagreb VOR, Rugas, UN 128. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Clear that. UN 128 to FSK. UG 18. To MES, UL 609, to RDS, November 136, to SOTIV. That's that done. Menu, FS actions, fuel, 11,255 kilos. Payload, 184, 2.1, 0 fuel weight 58.7. Yeah, the SimBrief profiles on flightsim.co by all meter are totally wrong if that's the case, because that's what I'm using for today. But that doesn't match SimBrief whatsoever. To the point where you have to almost get rid of all of your cargo. It doesn't make sense. 500, 900. Yeah, that'll do. Can't bother to muck around too much with it. Part brake set. Let's get rid of the chocks. Ah, bollocks. There we go. We're back. We're going to have to make sure now that we have popped the yaw damper back on. Pop the anti-collision lights on for now as well. Dual lock FMC is restored. Down the bottom. That's that. Oh, we've got tower online. 1180. Look at a dead horse there, I think. And Ljubljana approach online 135275. Ljubljana Tower, good afternoon. Tomjet 358 is on the remote stands with a QNH of 1014-737-800. Request RFR clearance to Dalaman.
Tomjet 358, Ljubljana Tower. The information Alpha is current clear to Dalaman. Alpha 30, up departure, left heading 180, initial 6000, 5301.
I didn't get any of that. A lot of background noise. Just go again, please.
Tomjet 358, I apologize. Current information Alpha clear to Dalaman. Alpha 30, up departure, left heading 180, initially 6000, 5301.
Cleared to Dalaman after departure. Initial turn 180 degrees. Initial climb flight level, also correction 6000 and squawk 5301. Tomjet 358.
Tomjet 358 is the correct.
5301. Forgive me folks, I'm just going to be working away at getting this all done so I can try and get up and airborne. Fuel payload doors. I'm sure you guys understand. 70.8. $228.29. So the only difference we've done now is I think we're on live weather as well. We are. The only difference then we've done for this particular flight now is we've changed the Microsoft Flight Simulator server away from West Europe to the East US. I'll tell you what, if it is the server issues becoming a problem again, I'm going to be absolutely furious at Microsoft. 350, we're going to go for a cost index of 30, 2.9, we'll leave that as it is. So initial turns left. $180. $6,000. $1,300. Actually, that's close enough. Runway 12. What's the runway in use at the moment? Tower from Tomjet 358. Is it runway 12 in use at this time?
Tomjet 358, negative runway 30, yes.
Roger, thank you. So climb, legs. I'm actually going to go to takeoff 1, climb profile 1 because of the terrain. Multitasking. Six 0.15 is about there for you. Let's get Fly Live Studio fired up again. God, it takes so long to do this, doesn't it? Get it all fired up, ready to go. Not sure, Aviator, actually, to be honest. It's an RTX 2070 Super. Is it 8 gig of RAM? Or 8 gig of memory in it or something? 1,000, that'll do. We'll leave that as it is without fiddling with it too much. So that's done, that's done, that's done. 2 hours of crash to desktops. That is insane, isn't it? Absolute insanity. When they just need to fix these glaring issues in the sim. I've already purchased new RAM because I thought there was a RAM issue. That turned out to be a waste of time and money. Menu, FS actions, ground services, chocks are removed, everything else is off and the park brake is on. That is set. Yeah, I'm going to end up having to buy a new rig at this rate again. Check the overheads. Left recirc, right recirc, fans are both on automatic. They're all set, that's all good. I want to go to external view. Just prep it for a moment. Got a lot of mountain work to clear here. God. There's some beautiful scenic routes, Ljubljana scenery. We don't have it installed because obviously we weren't planning on going from here. Flight director's on. Tomjet 358 request startup.
Tomjet 358 startup, approved, humanity NH1014.
Startup approved, crew NH1014, Tomjet 358. Fantastic. DCS failed to install because of an antivirus issue. SteveDra, hello buddy, thank you very much for painting this fantastic livery and all the other ones available on flightsim.to. All stand by. Turn the packs off first. (1172) Oh, Steve, fantastic. Fuel controller goes to run. Criminal Veno, hello. No, it's nothing to do with the aircraft. It's a sim issue. Interesting. Voice recorder's just gone back to auto. Count yourself very lucky then, Veno. Not using the memory checklist stuff at the moment. I'm basically using everything from memory instead. Lots of fuel. Ljubljana to thingy down. Let's get our next charts ready to go. Runway 30. So Papa Alpha hold Bravo. Flat 5. That's all good. I'm gonna put that onto TOS, so it's just one click away. We're gonna go to system page, full right, back to neutral, full left, back to neutral, fully rear, looking at the system page, looking at our control surface, deflections. Criminal Veno, no, nothing like that, all default. Brits, hope not. I don't think it is. Okay. Object 358 request taxi. Heading modes. B now. Taxi hold point, runway 30 via Papa and Alpha, Tomjet 358. William, hello buddy. You know what? It's not like it could get any worse, is it? What's the worst that could happen? We get another crash to desktop and we don't make it. Funnily enough, UC and that are just over Graz at the moment, so potentially we have timed this really very well. The furthest we've been. Oh, I know, Dirty Two, it's crazy. Maybe it's the server. I don't want to jinx it.
Clip it together, then adjust it by pulling on the strap. To take it off, just lift the flap. It's not very likely, but if there's an emergency...
By the way, now we can actually enjoy SteveDra's fantastic livery. Look at the inside of the cabin. Look how fantastic this is. Blue roof lighting, all the screens. Welcome aboard your TUI Airlines flight. MPS Gaming, maybe, I think it does, yeah, for the photogrammetry, don't forget.
If an oxygen mask drops down, pull down firmly towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. And remember to put yours on first before giving anyone else a hand.
Okay, if you close your eyes, pretend this is Stansted. Or Brussels. Or Stuttgart. It's going to be a long title to the stream, post-stream, isn't it? It's a shame we can't do strike-through on YouTube. We could do London, Ljubljana to Dalaman. Oh. How far are we going to get? That's the question. Brits, yeah, all live services now. Look at the safety cards, in-flight magazine and catering cards, says Steve. Oh, look at that. He's actually done the safety demonstration and a TUI magazine in the livery. This is incredible, Steve. Tell you what, does bring back some memories, this. And the galley with TUI carts. Very cool. Just a quick check here of our positioning.
Request taxi. And Oscar Bravo taxi with Foxtrot runway 30 by Tango Alpha Juventus.
Oh, Poseidon, very cool.
Taxi to Foxtrot runway 30, QNH 1014 Oscar Bravo.
And if you're sitting in an exit row, please pay special attention to the exit operation. Thanks so much for listening, and from all of us at TUI, we wish you a magical flight. Discover your smile.
Transport game, it's the Luke Etzel. Long old taxi, this. Oh, the seats look great, don't they? Look at that. Yeah, Steve, you've excelled yourself here. Remarkable work. Salto's in DCS. Damien, no, not really. Fuel flow reset rate. MCP nav data radios all checked and set, and our next frequency is ready as well. 135275. That's on T. Runway 30 clear takeoff. Tomjet 358. Taxi lights off, runway turn off lights on, we'll flick the bar.
And Oscar Bravo,
Not yet ready. Call it back.
Just trying to get the lights, LED, there we go, on the LED lights. We're in TUI after all.
9 SteveDra, if you copy clearing.
Okay, I mean, this is the furthest we've been.
leaving my airspace via Sierra 2, not above 2500 AGL, squawk 7000.
After departure, leave your control zone by Sierra 2, not above 2500 AGL, and scope 7009 SteveDra.
Airspeed's alive. Getting knots.
Oscar Bravo, is perfect.
9 SteveDra, we are ready for departure.
Rotate, watch for tail strike.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up.
Oscar Bravo, run for runway 30.
Run up away to 30, 9 SteveDra.
It was a left turn 180 degrees.
Zero wing 856, radio check. Zero wing 856, I close to 555, but I don't see one of my scopes, so can you please restart over? The pilot or expert. Zero wing 856, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Temperature 358, contact on radar frequency 135.275, over.
Contact radar 135275. Thanks to the ATC, Tomjet 358. Bye. Radar, hello. Tomjet 358 says climbing 180 degrees, 3,400 foot, 6,000 feet.
Tomjet 358, Ljubljana radar, identified to continue climb flight level 120 on present heading.
Continue climb, flight level 120, present heading, Tomjet 358. Good lord, we're flying. I know, crazy.
Tomjet 358, left turn direct, Magam, climb flight level 200.
Left turn, direct Magam, climb flight level 200, Tomjet 358. You've just seen a miracle. Let's sit from the outside. Let's take the risk. Woo! Ah, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Why does it do it to us?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's the horrible automatic announcement. We don't want that. Alright, we're on our way. At least we go to standards. Jan, yes you can. You can change how many people board via a different setting inside GSX. Remind me when we get to Dalaman, I'll fire GSX up and we'll use that again. Oh, John. That's not good. Hey, look at that. I'm behind UC, but I'm ahead of Faris. That's epic. So I'm actually managing to sort of nestle ourselves nicely into the pack here. Gav's further up, so we're about halfway through our sort of pack line.
Tomjet 358, proceed direct. Rugas, climb flight level 230.
Direct to Rugas, climb flight level 230, Tomjet 358. Ah, it's nice to be flying again. Imagine if it is literally just changing server. All of that today, yesterday was fine, no server issues, they've done something else again. The West Europe server's just gone a bit balked. Imagine that. No, not at the moment. Plus 17 degrees the air temperature. Yeah, and eventually, Ljubljana for the nice terrain. We've changed to the East Coast US server, I believe, from memory now, for the photogrammetry and everything else seeding in. Standard pressure, cabin's pressurising nicely, 3.5 is our cruise. Birdman, you know what? I hope not. You might hear some noises in the background as well in a second. Oh, my DCS is installed. Ooh, very exciting. So the next time we get issues with crash to desktops, we're going to fire up DCS, I reckon, next week. I might spend a bit of time trying to...
358, no further ATC available, Unicom 128, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
Unicom 1228 for Tomjet 358. Thank you very much for the ATC, really appreciate it. Hey Blair, who's that guy? JB, yes, takeoff config warning for departure. Basically usually comes about when people activate the speed brake, arm the speed brake during takeoff. You don't do that in the Boeing. You do it in an Airbus, not so much the Boeing. Brit's saying, what's the TCAS off message? It means that you've not turned your transponder onto TARA there. You want to wheel that all the way around. Tomjet 358, radio check. Boo.
405.
Woo. LKAA Centre is online. That's the Czech Republic, I believe. Athens radar is going to be next in a little while. 129675 if they remain on. Yeah, and it means it's trying to find roughly how many bags and how many passengers you're going to be flying with. And it will then try and simulate the same amount to be boarded via GSX. Nick, you have to go to the aircraft config screen. Look how great that looks. Jordan, start slow, but also decide what sort of sim experience you want. If you're new, oh, actually, let's keep going. Because ultimately that will be the decider as to what sort of add-ons you want to buy, what sort of flying you want to do, what sort of airports you want, what sort of aircraft you want. So we've gone to the East US server now. And would you know it? We've managed to get airborne by just changing the server. Ooh, William, not sure. Yeah, runway 19, expect RMP approach, runway 19 it says. I know, Dwal. If that's the case, that's just crazy. Ziga, hello, buddy. Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate the ATC, Ziga, to be honest. It's been a difficult 2 hours, let's face it. Been a really difficult 2 hours. I mean, I don't sound stressed, folks. But inside, I've pretty much given up all hope until this point we departed. RMP 19, lovely stuff. We've still got quite a way before we even worry about configuring that, but that's what we're going to look for. So it'll be Sonnet 1 Yankee, RNAV 19. David A has been on the USE server, hasn't had a crash to desktop the whole time this crap's been happening. I think it's a large part of the issue. Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree, but then why would the West Europe server break so significantly? Oh, Thomas, good question. Old school, Harrier. New style gen fighters, I'm going to say the F-35 or the Typhoon. I do like a Typhoon. Cracking jet. Benno, PMDG. For me, the performance is a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot nicer. Oh wow, yeah, so on the MSFS forums, yeah, quite a few posts. There's a bot post, in fact, from Flight Simulator on Discord saying if MSFS is crashing to home more often than a 30-year-old arts major, please refer to the following crash to desktop checklist. It's all well and good them making the joke, but when you can't, for 2 hours, all we've had is crash to desktops and blue screens. Because of some weird issue that's going on in their servers. That is not acceptable anymore, because we spent all week suffering last week. And if it's now starting to creep back in this week, we need an explanation. We don't need to be told to update Windows like they tweeted the other week. It's beyond even tolerable now, I think. Zato, fantastic. I'm going to need a real big crash course of DCS, folks. Veno, PMDG as well. For me. It doesn't have an EFB, but I don't care about that. I'd use it for performance calculations, but I've got VAS Airplane Toolbox, which assists me with that anyway. It doesn't have SimBrief import, but the pilots don't in real life either, so I'm not too bothered. There is a way to do it. We do that every stream, we feed it in, but I prefer this as a wider experience as a sim pilot. I prefer and absolutely adore the PMDG 737 products. Live weather's being a bit choppy as well. Look, see that transition then? That was live weather. That very sudden. Automator, what's different about this flight? We've changed the server to the East US server. Well, no, so live services were enabled for live weather photogrammetry Bing stuff, but disabled for multiplayer and live traffic. William, if you're behind, it's all good, because you'll see me prepping for it. Doc, I do think they have an internal issue, yes, and I think it's compounded by the fact that they've all buggered off to Gamescom for the last week and a half. So they've gone partying in Cologne, and none of them have been in the office doing stuff. Which conveniently might also be why Sim Update 10 got delayed slightly, or a bit longer than we anticipated because of a performance issue, which miraculously now has been solved. While they've all been at Gamescom. Weird, isn't it? And this has all been happening as well while they've been prepping for Gamescom. What's frustrating is I've just purchased a new PSU because they're thinking, was it a power issue? I'm just out of ideas and suggestions for it, and I've bought a new PSU because of it. New power unit thing for my computer, and I just can't for the life of me work out how is that fair. Got an aircraft alongside us at the moment. I'm wondering if that could be Faris. I'm not sure. He's looking pretty close actually. Can we see him yet? Peekaboo. There's somebody somewhere here. Oh, look at the colours, just awesome. Yeah, unfortunately though, J-Bay, the guys at the top are the ones that actually say stuff. I'm gonna have to do a time lapse of all those crashes, I think. Too much PR, not enough bugs fixed. Yeah, did you see the nonsense on the Gamescom YouTube channel yesterday? I couldn't help, I ended up commenting on it as well, saying that it's just absolute nonsense. Something about the gliders. They've apparently, they said somebody told me that they've approached all the glider airfields in the world, or the glider operators in the world, and found out which airfields they could be operated from, or something like that. Nonsense. Can you imagine a Sobird doing that? I can't. Okay, but that's really promising to hear. Really promising to hear. Still can't see the nav lights to that pilot. Blown Up's picked up the PMDG 737-800 today. Fantastic. Saying worth every penny. Absolutely. Ooh, hello. We're about to get a fly past of 2 aircraft. It's like watching Top Gun, look. Watching 2 targets come towards us. On that final mission. Right, let's go back outside. I know, I'm throwing all the risks at it today. My way to the danger zone, external drone camera mode. They're going to pass over the wing, aren't they, instead, so... Where are they? Maybe they're further than I realise. John, no. I ordered it today, actually, after that second blue screen of death. I've bit the bullet and I've purchased another PSU. No idea how to do it, though. Sata, that's pretty cool. Is it difficult to learn all that sort of stuff, like, you know, DCS and... Pretty steep learning curve. I feel like I'm going to have to replace my hardware as well, get a new yoke and everything like that, or get my old, what is it, my Thrustmaster yoke that I used to have back in the early days of the channel. Fire that up, perhaps. No idea where they've gone. Well, they're out of the way now anyway. Kai, thank you, buddy. At least we're on our way now. At least we're on our way. So we're going to go speed intervention mode. So we're going to do Mach 80. A little bit quicker. Are there tutorials on DCS? Maybe I'll do a stream where I just do the tutorials on DCS for a bit or something, if there are some. Live weather definitely seems a bit choppy today, look. Those transitions are not smooth. Usually you don't really tell too much. Neil, good to hear. My receding hairline has advanced even further in the space of 2 hours. Thanks, Microsoft. Ah, could be the ping, Gav. That's a good point. Yeah, the ping's 100 milliseconds instead of 30. Foot B, hello. No, awesome. And you're not running around trying to solve crash to desktop issues, Neil. You're having a nice, enjoyable day with family. All blown up. That's a bit too much. I like a manual. I like a checklist. I reckon a guy called British App Geek should do some tutorials. Mark, hello again. Welcome back. So far, yes. All we've done is changed the server from West Europe to East US. This will be, if it is the RMP runway 19 approach, this will be the first time flying the 737-800 into an RNAV approach. Very excited. Just a bit unfortunate we couldn't do Stansted, so I might end up having to do the return journey instead, Dalaman to Stansted in the near future. Try and complete the long leg. Birdman, I've ended up getting an Asus ROG Strix modular 850 gold. Mine's currently, I've got a 650. Perhaps it's not quite keeping up with the 64 gig of RAM and things, but I don't know. Part of me thinks I'm spending all this money. I've spent 500 quid on RAM at the moment over the last couple of weeks. I thought, yeah, 500 quid on RAM. Ridiculous, because the Corsair RAM that I bought 6 weeks ago has gone faulty. They're being exceptionally slow responding to the RMA as well for that. I know, Mark. I don't actually know what to do with all the RAM, to be totally honest. I've basically got 128 gig of RAM, 2 cards of which are broken because I'm still waiting for Corsair to respond to my RMA request, and then my new Kingston Fury RAM, which I've mounted. But I've replaced the motherboard recently, fairly recently. I've got a new SSD NVMe M2 thing. I reckon actually, what's our speed? That I think is UC. 60, 40, 30 miles. Let's find out. Roughly at 30 miles. Yeah, so Faris is 31.9. And UC 49.8. Cog looks 7156. I don't know who that is on the left. Oh, is it somebody going the other way now? Oh, it is. That's the flying snoodle. John. Yeah, the only thing that I'm kind of going to explore with DCS is the free trial. So for 2 weeks you can get different add-ons. So we can try the F-14 next week perhaps. William, it's called VAS Airplane Toolbox. It's on the it's actually on the X-Plane forum, bizarrely, but you can download it for free from there. Absolute madness. I can't believe the issues we've had today. I'll be looking forward to deboarding with GSX when we get there, though, if we get there. The skies of Vassam are really busy here today. Those two going the opposite direction. Faris is just there, look. We got a big direct 2 actually all the way to Adriatic airspace, Rugas. At the end of our Adriatic airspace, sadly. Progress, Rish, indeed. Bizarrely enough, all we've done is change to the East US server. My LNAV and VNAV switch off whilst on ILS and the aircraft stops following the approach. Have you set your ILS frequencies and your NAV1, NAV2? Rish, no. No, we didn't do Stansted in the end. We tried Brussels, crashed there. We tried Stuttgart, crashed there. And then we ended up in Ljubljana. Steve, nice one, thank you very much. Poseidon, it's Turkey, but they've changed the country's name now to Turkey, spelt that way instead. Eight years of DCFs, Neil. Incredible. I mean, I'm not sure how much I'll fly DCS, to be honest. I just wanted to enjoy it and make use of the free trial. Try a couple of the aircraft, give it a little go, see what I think. Ian, any news on the 800 Osprey livery? Sadly not, no. Tapsy's still on holiday until, I think, Wednesday, he said. So we've got a long way to wait. And then probably another week to go, unless someone else ends up creating it, but I don't know yet. I spoke to Tapsy yesterday. He said he's back from his holiday on Wednesday. But then whether or not he's going to say, like he did last time, he wants to get through his list of real airlines first, I really don't know. I might end up trying to reach out for another livery artist to create the Osprey livery for the 800. SteveDra's doing the Austrian paint soon as well. Is there not one available yet? That's incredible. Jack says Tapsy's going to be making his custom livery. Nice work. He said his livery will be made sometime after September the 2nd. Busy guy. For those of you just tuning in, this is SteveDra's TUI UK livery. It's on flightsim.to. A lot of little detail has gone into this. It's just really quite cool, including the safety cards and the TUI magazine in the back of the seat pocket there, and the galley as well at the front of the aeroplane. Dirty 2 asking about what hazards he needs to watch out for heading over to Brisbane, and Gav's response was tourists. Fantastic. Yeah, Taps is a great painter, Steve. Absolutely. He's made some beautiful paints so far. In effect, Steve, what we're looking for is the modern Osprey livery with all our stuff on it, like we have for the 700, but we kind of want... I was thinking of having a normal livery and then having a second livery with something a bit pizzazz on it, because I want the 800 to become like the fleet flagship for the short haul version of Osprey. But I'm yet to think about what to create for that flagship extra version, extra paint. So effectively I want two paints for the 800. I want the normal Osprey livery paint, paint scheme, and then I want a special one as well, some particularly cool, I don't know, a cool design like you get with like Yam Dreaming on Qantas or something like that, with like an Osprey-esque flair on it. Neil says, can I ask Tapsy to do him a customised Yorkshire version of the Osprey livery? Neil, if you do really want one, he does do custom livery requests via Buy Me a Coffee. I think it's $5 US per design or something like that. FSK, so Athena radar is going to be 129675. 129675. Grace, can't wait. It's going to be amazing, isn't it? I'm James, a Union Jack tail. Could do, or sort of a Union Jack flowing up the fuselage or something like that, perhaps. Ethan, I did, and all I did was change the server to East US. Alpha Bravo asking, how do I become a member of the channel? You should see somewhere on your screen a button that says join, and then it will show you the membership options. J-Bay. Yeah, it's all down to what the final product is going to be like, I suppose, but Indie Builds are a fantastic development house, and they're going to make a brilliant A310. Part of me wishes it was the A300 600 variant, to be honest, but I'm happy with an A310. That'd be quite cool. Mark, hello. I have 3 hours in. And we ended up departing Ljubljana after 2 blue screens of death and 3 crash to desktops. And all we did was change the server to East US instead. Hey, Alpha Bravo, thank you very much, buddy. Welcome on board. Bronze frequent flyer status. Be sure to link your YouTube account inside your Discord user settings as well, Alpha Bravo. It'll get you access into the club lounge. Dirty 2, absolutely. I would imagine the fee that Microsoft have paid to AnyBuilds will have about 7 figures in it. Ethan says, if this is the Tor Victor livery, do you not think the 2 letters are a little undersized? I don't think so. Was it? So, placard to placard. Just gonna Google it. Look at some pickies. I mean, it could probably do with being a slight bit bigger, but up towards the top of the door area, looking at one of the paints here, one of the images, but it's hard to tell because it's changed livery so many times. It's gone to Sunwing, it's gone back to TUI, it's gone to TUI Germany. It's been all over the place. So I think it's pretty much bang on. It was Delta Alpha Tango Uniform Papa for a little while. Automated, yeah, can't wait. The 777 from PMDG, that's going to be mega. Adria radar's just come online, fantastic, and I've got the big old direct cutting through his airspace, 134.5.
Upgrade radar Q, good afternoon, Ryanair, flight Juliet Mike, flight level 350, inbound to Lota.
That's UC.
Ryanair 5 Juliet Mike, I'm not covering the eastern part of Adria, monitoring command to the decimal 8, goodbye.
Roger, have a good day.
And Sky Travel 5047 to Adria Radar, we're with you at 35,000.
Sky Travel 4057, добрый день, Adria, radar contact.
Hi, this is Tonjet 5735, cruising at flight level 350, inbound on Nizwa.
Tonjet 5735, I'm covering on the western part of Adria, monitoring command to 8, bye-bye.
Launch Unicom 1208, Tonjet 5735, goodbye.
Huh?
Radar, Ryanair 6 Echo Bravo, flight level 175, inbound crest.
He's closing on us.
Ryanair 6 Echo Bravo, добрый день, Adria, set squawk 1000, descent flight level 130.
Squawk 1000, descent flight level 130, Ryanair 6 Echo Bravo.
Oh yeah, he's literally done the sector up to Sarajevo, which we're not going to be flying in. Sod's Law. So that's Athens radar. Oh, Steve, can't link inside the live chat because I've had to turn that setting off to avoid all those dirty spam bots that we had a little while ago. Unless it's in Discord. 129.675 followed by 133.675. But then by that point we're into roads.
Tango Echo India. Driver 71, have a good day.
So there's our next two frequencies. One's active, one's not.
With 145 kilometer contact, I'm at the 330.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set 1228 here.
Excellent, 298, block 7, 242.
I'm going to activate Unicom as well, COM 2. So we can listen to both. My mic selector at the moment is on Unicom on VHF2 on COM 2, so we're using both at the moment.
FedEx 170, turn right heading 300.
William, it should be on your sim brief operational flight plan.
Excellent, 298, wind is 0.07 knots, off 0 right. Right near 33 Papa Alpha Tango, burn 03 left via Echo Delta 4 Delta.
Ah, Steve, thank you. Oh, look, yeah, there we go. Awesome. Yeah, so those of you in our Discord server, Steve, the painter of this livery here today, he's actually posted for his TUI Fly livery that he's created. He's posted how he overlays it to match the real livery against a real image. Really, really, really quite cool.
Alpha 997, uniform Victor, Athena, squawk 7241.
Squawk 7241 for Alpine 97 Uniform Victor.
Ryanair 8 Mike Bravo Unicom. Ryanair 174 Unicom.
No worries, William. It's a lot more hands-on, isn't it?
Go ahead. Okay, another one for Chris, Monica, Kia 2 Tango, 0 right, 7000, 1760. Correct. Excellent. 298 weather contact. Climb. Flight level 150. FedEx 170.
Little trim change.
FedEx 170.
Almost out in the centre tanks, so with this we've got to monitor the fuel as well. There it is. So the centre tanks will get really low, and then at some point we're going to get master caution come online here. Boom, hello to you. No, it's a good question. Depends what you want to get out of your sim. If you like all the real world routes and all that sort of stuff, you like to mimic those. The 800's got plenty of those available. And the thing with this aircraft, the 800, is it carries more passengers. It's heavier, so the rotation speeds, the takeoff speeds and everything else are a lot faster. The approach speed's faster. The inertia's a little greater as well, so it takes you a little bit more time and effort to actually start to get the aeroplane to manoeuvre in the air. But because this one's longer as well and the 737's low to the ground, there's a much more significant risk of tail strike on departure, so you have to rotate really carefully. So it just adds this extra little bit of dynamic to your thought process and your decision making as you're flying this. It's also slipperier. So in your descent you'll notice that it takes a little bit more time to descend, a little bit more time to slow down.
Guys, you guys are all talking over each other and it's really annoying. Breaking 240% speed out. FedEx 170, flying 360, get out, 03 right.
Heading 360 ILS 03 right.
ATN 30610407 off 50 up 03 left.
Ethan, thanks a lot for making the VATSIM tutorial. So I now have 33 hours on VATSIM. That's really cool. That's another thing as well. The 800 is even easier to float. The 737 likes to float anyway, but the larger variant of the 3 certainly likes to float. You've got to be nice and precise. Brits, so it depends. What I do, if there is a controller online, like Kai will be later on, I'll show you Navigraph. No, sorry, I won't. I'll show you Volanta. I'll scroll across to Dalaman. I'll click the little airport icon, and then on the left-hand side you get the drop-down. So it gives you the weather at the very top here. There's the META if you highlight it, and then you can see there's one ground controller online. There's an ATIS. If you click that, it tells you runway 19. Gives you the transition level, flight level 135, temperature, dew point, QNH.
Radar 597 Uniform Victor, are we allowed for tattoo Juliet?
547 Uniform Victor, A for Mexico, R9 runway 34.
Roger, will perform a P2 Juliet arrival, runway 34.
R9
The entire area, except for this little pocket that we're flying through at the moment, is online. Boom. No worries. What's a sim racer? You mean sim racer is in like F1, that sort of thing? Ethan, it should just connect automatically, but if not, just there should be a button inside your settings to download and install the MSFS plugin, it will say. Oh, Kai, no worries. Juliet Charlie Mike, yeah, 100% Navigraph is very worth it. TCAS is lit up with 2 aircraft. Oh, he's closing in very quick. No. He was, but now we're not. We should have somebody going this way. If we can see them or not, I don't know. Let's do that, see if we can spot them through the shades. That's a negative. Maybe still a little bit too far away for us.
Second for 97 units for Victor.
Hi, no worries. So it'd be you then. Paul, hello. Have I used Pilot's Life? No, I haven't. I tend to kind of just create my own career modes, really. Again, it depends on what you want from your sim experience. If you want to have something that tells you where to fly, how to fly, things like that are pretty good, but I certainly don't think they're necessary. Okay, so it's interesting. What's happened to my Navigraph? Stand by. There we are. That's really weird. So there's our progress so far. We're most of the way down the Adriatic sort of coastline, approaching Greek airspace. We're going to be passing over to the north of Thessaloniki, down the Ionian Sea, and then heading over numerous different islands, including Samos, one of my favourites, which is our subject or our destination for tomorrow's live stream. Fly 2, we're doing a flight to Samos. Master caution, fuel. It is, because the centre tanks are almost empty. Or basically are empty. Just waiting for the other low pressure warning light to come on here. We can turn the left centre tank off. Really weird.
Trader, good afternoon. Juristic 798, level 370, inbound Alico.
And that's gone.
Trader, good afternoon. Juristic 798, level 370, inbound Alico.
Interesting, guys. So good. You can all hear me, which is fantastic. But interestingly, that's a Navigraph there appeared to have gone a bit buggy, hadn't it? But I've just noticed that elements of my Streamlabs have gone a bit funky too, which is all a bit weird. All a bit weird. We'll go back to Navigraph. So as we get towards Samos, Mesta, Samos, that sort of part of the Ionian Sea, we're going to be into our descent, and we're going to be tickling between Turkish and Greek airspace, all the way down to Rhodes. We're going to be passing over the Rhodos VOR, and then we're going to be heading east, northeast, up to Sotiv, and then round on this big old teardroppy type star thingy.
Cleaner radar, what's right 17.2, flight level 390, and down Medico.
If we go to the charts, we're expecting Sonop 1 Yankee.
Osprey 722.
Do, 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 do. Sotiv, no. Sonop 1 Yankee, there we go. Oh. Stand by. Sotiv. Yeah, Sotiv 1 Yankee. So we were supposed to be on the Soniv 1 Yankee, which is on I've just pinned, which is what everyone else is going to be on. We are on this one though. Through Rhodes, heading north from Sotiv, descending down to Bunanada above 11,000, Atmon 9,000, 7,000 down into our final approach fix at Navsa, 4,300, max 200 knots. And then we're going to be heading into runway 19 on the RMP approach. So Atmon, Bupel, Eldat, and then final. 3,400 for the RNAV element of the glide slope, and it's actually a little steeper than usual, 3.5 degrees, and a minimums of 1,020 feet. LNAV only as well, worth noting. And CDFA, which means it's already added the 50 feet for a missed approach as well.
Golf Alpha 50, 170.
Peter, hello buddy.
And I just told you clearance and request. Running 2 cheap Papa Alpha and contact climb level 340. Excellent 298. I don't have any weather for the airport. I can give you the nearest.
Oh yeah, it's going to be the Sotiv 1 Zulu for me.
Like the circling approach 198.
And then, yeah, as Gabba said there, it's the Sonop 1 Zulu for everyone who flew from Brussels / Stansted.
5032, radar contact, climb level 330, direct. Okay. Excellent, 298.
We're going to go auto brake 3.
Go ahead. The weather at Santorini is
And full reverse.
90 knots, Cabo, temperature 29, 2.22, QNH 101.
We're almost there. Amazing Mace, you know what, I don't know, to be honest. Peter, hello. Yeah, not too smoothly. It is going smoothly now, interestingly enough. All a little bit weird, but yeah, we've had 2.5 hours almost of crash to desktops and blue screens of death. Ethan, so it depends on what the charts tell you. So the charts might dictate if it's an RNAV approach, you have to use a specific type of arrival. So let that sort of lead your decision-making process there. What I might do is just have a little look at the wind data. And the...
And expect RNAV runway 34.
Oh, Dalaman has dropped off. Brilliant. What was the
Alright guys,
transition level?
I'm not gonna do this with you guys today. You need to stop talking over each other. It's really, really annoying.
Somebody getting told off again.
As you guys can tell, it's very busy. If you ask me for IFR, just one moment please. I'll get right back to you guys. I just need to get everything under the control. One moment please.
I think it was 125, wasn't it?
To descend 2,000 feet to QNH 1012.
Oh, 125, descent, so 35, we'll go for...
Hello, very good afternoon. Project 4 November Tango, flight level 350, inbound to diesel.
I'm dead 4
200.
Tango, I've been a radar.
248 at 12.
Squawk 7234.
7234 at the box.
248 at 12, 150.
298, I'm entry altitude of 4,000.
Predicted to be winds 206 at 10.
4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, excellent.
Alpine 907, uniform.
And flight level 100. 10,000, sorry, 068
If you want to send 2,900,
at 11 knots. Ice deviation on average.
9 inches to the 103, and we are clear to the RF34 that you want.
Ocean 4 Alpha, direct FedEx.
On average, it's actually
Ocean
minus
4
1.
Alpha, direct FedEx.
Direct PDX for Ocean 5.
Santa 1 Romeo Juliet, back in cockpit.
We'll do that in a bit.
For all the aircraft that need clearance, just send me a text and I'll send you guys clearance on text, but please do not read back. Agent 914, where's their location? 914 taxi 1.03 right by Juliet Delta 7 Delta.
Hello, this is Tom Jet 5735, cruising at flight level 350, inbound on Nick 2.
Stand by. Tomjet 5735, that's being a radar contact, break Tomjet 4 November Tango, radar contact, say Mach numbers.
We're Mach 8, Project 4 November Tango.
Runway 50 Mach, maintain Mach points 80.
We'll maintain Mach 80 right in the photo, looks like. Request 57360 is available, agent 4076.
Agent 407.
Just waiting to get in.
Turn left heading 300 for higher.
Left heading 300, agent 4076.
Ocean 4 Alpha, descend 4,000, QNH 1013.
Descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1013, Ocean 4 Alpha.
Depot Dolphin, interesting. What server are you on, by the way?
Alpine 87, uniform Victor, the aircraft taxied on the runway. I'm not in contact with him. Execute the missed approach procedure.
Somebody's just had to go around, so that's unfortunate. Wow. I won't transmit yet then. That's his workload just substantially increased. Okay, unless there's a gap.
It's in 250.
Yeah, depot. Are you on like West
Yeah,
Europe,
clear to
East Europe,
destination
like North
Alpha
Europe
Alpha.
or East US?
Block 7244. Hey, firm break. If the line send off, my apologies. Just send off flight level 170.
Sound 170, we'll be then 7 up above. No problem.
Nothing on radar, good
Let's
after.
come for clearance to 1 moment, please. Break
Alright.
runway 3990.
I'm on Unicom.
Like RNAV 27 direct Gonzo.
Let's come off Unicom. We'll go Mike Selector.
Ryanair 390 Tango direct Gonzo.
Next sector RNAV for 27.
RNF 27, Ryanair 390 Tango.
Excellent. 298 clear for the set clean approach, runway 0824 final.
Protect 2808.
Ah, North Europe, interesting, depot.
26798 to NDB 01, descend 4000.
Maybe it's a West Europe issue.
012.
Server-wise.
feet, NDB 01, 26798.
Descend 1 Romeo Juliet Unicom.
Unicom Paul was Lufthansa 1 Romeo Juliet. Thank you very much, bye-bye.
It's in 4076, climb level 300.
Radar, right now is 2717.
It's in 4076, climb level 300.
Climb level 360, right in 12076.
Ocean 4 Alpha, clear RNAV runway 34.
Clear RNAV 34 for Alpha.
Nothing on radar, hello, Tomjet 358, flight level 350, inbound Fisker.
Open RNAV 34.
Ah. Goodness me.
987 uniform sector, fly heading 140, RNAV 34.
That's getting crazy. He's going to end up logging off, isn't he? I thought that was my gap as well. Apologies to the controller.
1A, please, stand by. Second floor, final terminal uniform Victor, heading 14.
Make it 160, descend 3000.
Descend 3000, left heading 160, final terminal uniform Victor.
And you can expect the RNAV for 34.
Victor, pardon, final terminal uniform Victor.
Ryanair 2717, if you can hear this frequency, get off the runway, man.
Oh dear.
Dutchy 1, there's an aircraft that's lined up on the runway and I'm not in contact with them.
Yeah, we have contact. We can see them, but I think it is because they can't hear you. Because for us, you're getting kind of broken up on frequency too.
Yeah, man, I know everyone's just talking over each other and it's really annoying.
Yeah, for us it sounds like you're really far, so for people on the ground it might sound like you're, well, you might not be in contact with them at all.
Nothing on radar, hello, Tomjet 358, flight level 350, inbound Dickney.
Alright, you know what, let me fix my mic issues. Everyone wants a Unicom and I'll be back later.
Well, that's that then. Follow, welcome back. Look at that for TCAS folks. Bing, 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 bing. Excellent. It's like we're flying in formation.
Hello, very good evening. Challenge 504 heavy.
How did you get on with the crash to desktops, Pilot White asks. 2.5 hours later, we may or may not have found the solution.
Hello, good afternoon. Challenge 504 heavy.
He's just rebooting his client with some microphone issues. He said he'd be back shortly.
Roger.
Let's go external view again. Roll the dice. So pleased that we now have the 737-800 with the TUI liveries and all that sort of stuff. It's what we've been waiting for. 6 bogeys inbound. They're helping me prep for DCS. Look at that.
Again, 250 airborne. The controller steps away, he'll be back shortly.
What is DCS? Digital Combat Simulator, I think it stands for. I'm James. Yeah, mine too. Mine too. It's the main one that I was hoping for, to be honest. D-pod, yeah, and then fire a... they should be able to do that, and then also fire like a pseudo missile, which, as it then hits the target, disconnects them from the client. That would be quite cool. Maybe we could feed that back to the VATSIM gods, the generals or whatever they like to call themselves, the directors. There we go, the board of directors. Maybe we can have a moderator squadron. And if you get a dock wallop, they'll scramble, and then they'll intercept your aircraft on guards or whatever. Tell you to contact them. And then they break off, show the weapons, and then they'll go Fox 2 behind you, and then all of a sudden disconnect you from the network when it strikes. That'd be quite cool. Oh, how my mind works. Airborne Rookie, hello. I had a crash to desktop this morning en route Stansted to Kefalonia. What do you think caused yours? Ooh. I think mine was it feeding in bad data, either photogrammetry or weather-wise, via the West Europe server with the Xbox gaming services. Because for this leg that we're doing at the moment, that we're able to take off on and get halfway to Dalaman from, we're actually changed to the East US server, Airborne Rookie. So give that a go. Ban missiles, I'm James. Absolutely. There you go. Have a ban, send it. That would be cool. There's a straight up way to improve VATSIM. Moderator QRA. I think there needs to be a petition for that to happen. Pilot White gives you the ability to state save for flights, although I tend not to use it too much. It does sort of seize up the sim every time it does take a bit of a ping to save where you're at. Emery, I prefer the PMDG 737-800 by quite a long stretch. Frames wise, it's by far the smoothest, so it performs by a long shot the best in the sim compared to any other aircraft. Closely matched with the Just Flight 146, actually that performs very well too. But this is an absolute market leader for performance at the moment. I love the fact that they've got the system depth for the Boeing 737 nailed as well. It's really nice. You have to learn the aeroplane very closely to understand how things work to get the best out of it. So you, as a sim pilot, it's a very rewarding experience flying this, because it is tough to manage at times. Every time I fly this, I always have a quick reference handbook ready to go. So if we get a master warning or filter, reading Mark's comment, a master warning or a master caution that illuminates something of concern, say hydraulics or pressurization, I can kick in the quick reaction handbook, quick reference handbook, and find the fault and fight the bug, or fight the issue, sorry, not bug, it's not bug, fight the failure. Yeah, I find it a much more enjoyable experience.
Our station's on frequency confirmed, the controller is coming back. He said he will. Alright.
Nobody knows.
Ah, Kai, oof, big oof. Did this route specifically for you as well? Yeah, J-Bay, that was a big surprise for me as well. The sheer complexity of everything going on, yet they've managed to get such incredible performance from it. Pilot White, I do sometimes replay the landings, but it's usually a question of how stable the simulator is when I aim to do it. Because of how the sim's played up today, I probably won't replay the landings, just out of fear that it was just going to go horribly wrong again. We've got to get to Dalaman first at the end of the day as well, actually, before we think about that. Ian, I put it in Discord the other day, actually. But if you just Google Boeing 737-800 QRH, you'll see a PDF. If it says TUI at the top, then you're in the right place. It will look like this. Which actually, which one is it? Stand by, folks. That's my checklist. But this is the QRH, which, funnily enough, it's Thompson Airways, which is now, as we know, TUI. But if we get something kick off here, we get a depressurization issue, for example, we can click it, go straight to it. So master warning, cabin altitude, and then it gives us all of our immediate actions, auto failure for unscheduled pressures change, lots of different troubleshooting steps, and things like emergency descent. So you can click stuff, it's all set very nicely, so you can just work through it very quickly if something happens, because failures are simulated on the 737, and what we've actually got here is service-based failures enabled as well. So as we fly the aeroplane, it simulates wear and tear too, which is really cool. Aircraft failures, all systems, there we go. Service-based failures are switched on, so as the aircraft wears through further use, more and more use, and we don't maintain it or send it in for its service to refresh the hours on the clock, we will start to get some failures. J-Bay, no worries. It is tweaked and based off the various Boeing checklists. Fritz, I've done a tutorial on it. You have to go in and edit the aircraft the camera config file inside the aeroplane settings, and basically what it does, it allows you, it tricks the sim into thinking you're further back, and then you can set a couple of settings there. Right, let's be bold. Let's just go for setting up the arrivals now. RNAV 19 should be the one. Via Atmon. We want Sotiv 1 Zulu. Quick flick through, that looks pretty good. Fix runway 19. We're going to have 6 miles and 10 again. Descent forecast is ready. No descent path after Atmon. Okay, that's because it's an LNAV RNAV approach. So after Atmon, it's down to us. It's actually quite, it could potentially be quite a tough approach, this. No, buddy, thank you. Yeah, glad we've managed to get somewhere at least. We've stuck with it. 2 hours 30. That's the most I've persevered with anything in my life. But we're making good progress. We're over Greek airspace now. I'm keeping my fingers crossed the whole way. Firing those contrails behind. With the wonderful TUI UK livery by SteveDra. It's on flightsim.to if you want it. There should be a link to it in the live stream description too. Look at that. What do we want here? We want wing views. Look at that. Lovely. Ethan, yes. Yeah, there should be the chance of a more serious failure near towards your service hour. Doc, we have. Transport Gamer, absolutely. Good grief. You know what I've just realised? There's a big old chain of aircraft. Flying to my left, just off the wingtip. And everybody's bunched up. We've got Breadmaster, Tom Jet 851, Tom Jet 5737 as well on the original routes. Brewers 10, Tom Jet 4 November Tango, Tom Jet 48 Whiskey, and UC Rhino 5 Juliet Mike. We've got Gav Osprey 722 as well, all flying, actually making some very good progress. Badger's almost on approach, further up. Faris has fallen right behind. What's happened to your progress, Faris? I actually think I might go to max 7.9, slow down a little bit, because actually no, we'll stick to 8.0. There's Gator Hawk as well, he did Munich Ryanair 1770. Pilot, yes, I have. It's the same process for every aircraft. Is the QNH labelled as something different on a US flight plan? Yes, it will say A and then a load of other numbers which look a lot higher. So it'll be like A29902 or A3015, that sort of thing. Doc, no, we're using Sotiv 1 Zulu for this route now. Just had to get a route in nice and quick. So we're not using the original route that we had planned. Yeah, in the States they use inches of mercury, not hectopascals. So your QNH of 1013 in the UK would in the US be 29902 hectopascals. Oh, Paris, okay, no problem, that's fine then. That must be on the left-hand side that I can see on TCAS, right? Pilot White, are you outside the sim when you do that? Or would you resync the files? Oh, look at that. Cell count plate there. Just noticed that as well, nice. Little nod to accuracy there. I don't think he's coming back. 128. Our route takes us via roads, Doc. For this one that I've thrown in from Ljubljana. Minimums was 1,020, but I start doing that now actually. (1020) Airborne, because we are on speed intervention mode, Mach 80. M1's or speed, M1 aren't lit up though. We're just in speed intervention, Mach 80, we're asking the aeroplane to fly a little bit quicker basically. What else have we got here? Top of descent, so we've got quite a way to go. 160 miles-ish to top of descent still. Brits to use Barrow or radio for Mini. So depends on what approach you're doing really. But it also depends on how far you've got to scroll. Sometimes I can be quite lazy. If I've got to scroll to say 1,000 on minimums, but decision altitude on the Redout's actually only 200, then I'll flick it across to radio and I'll just do 200. Oh my god. Look what just happened. You've got to be kidding me. Oh. I don't understand this sim. Really don't understand this sim. At the minute I can't even click anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't believe it. That's so frustrating. Look how close we got, folks. Right there. And look, our spacing was perfect along our little conga line of flights. I don't know what's going on with this sim, to be honest. Really don't. One thing we have installed is DCS. Beeline, yeah, I emptied cache, emptied context, the XML, content XML, we did a whole load of stuff. Deleted loads of things, but thought we'd sorted it. I just don't understand what's happening with this sim at the moment. We've done nothing different. Nothing different. SteveDra says this is most definitely an MSFS issue. It is not our PCs, as it's happening to so many simmers. That exact message, they need to fix this over everything. Yeah. Yet they spend more time mucking about doing city updates and everything else. Yesterday, we completed an entire flight. We were absolutely fine. That's not bad, look. DCS Supercarrier, $24.99. F16, $39.99. Half price your first purchase, isn't it, on DCS? F18 Hornet. What an absolute epic thing there. What's memory usage? Syria map. That's actually not a bad price at half price, is it? Let's face it, there's quite a lot of stuff on DCS. Persian Gulf. So if you buy a map on these, do you end up getting the sort of the aircraft included as well? God, the music sounds epic. I've never used DCS. Dagger Dagger, A10. The special offer will come back, right? Task Manager memory. Oh, it's too late for that now because I've killed it. Yeah, I mean, if this continues, I would try X-Plane 12, but the problem is I don't have any aircraft on X-Plane 12. Event log, I'm not sure actually, good question as well. The event viewer, yeah, let's have a look. What was the error code in MSFS from the event viewer? Funnily enough, it's hidden it again. It's not told me. It's gone Fly Live Studio is broken, but we know now that it's not Fly Live Studio that's the problem here. Oh, hold on. 1650. The instruction, yeah, reference memory could not be read, and it's that 0 times 008 thing again. Look at the cached. Cached is 44.2 gig. So what's gobbled up? Why is it cached 44.2 gigabytes of RAM? I need to get that mem clear thing again, don't I? I might throw myself into a bit of DCS, you know. But time for another day, perhaps. But here we go. Anyway, gonna have a bit of a play, bit of a muck around with it. DCS, I think. I'm gonna try and restart the computer and fix a couple of things over the next couple of hours in preparation for tomorrow because we intend to fly to Samos tomorrow, and I'm determined to make it work. Who knows? But anyway, what an odd way to finish the stream, folks, eh? I hope you guys have enjoyed it anyway. It's been 2.5 hours of misery to begin with. We've troubleshooted loads of stuff. We've tried tons of different things, but Asobo, I've sent a little tweet to say, what did you know when they say, what did you do in Microsoft Flight Simulator today? I've sent a little tweet saying, I mucked around for 2.5 hours, got nowhere, crashed a desktop after crashed a desktop, memory issue after memory issue. But hey, I hope they've enjoyed Gamescom for the last 2 weeks. Absolute, yeah. I honestly, I have to hold back so much because I just want. Yesterday, nothing's changed. We completed a flight yesterday. Nothing has changed today. Birdman, it is. I absolutely love MSFS. And the PMDG 737-800 is just remarkably good. And it's robbed me of a flight today because Asobo can't fix what is absolutely, utterly broken with whatever corrupt data is being sent into the sim or something. I have no idea. For those of you who are flying along today, really sorry I've not been able to finish the flight. So frustrating. All of you there about to commit into your approach. Gav, Gatorhawk, UC, Brewers 10, Craig, loads of you. Going back here as well to Breadmaster and Faris as well. There he is, updating on Volanta there. Thanks for flying along. Badger as well down there, he's doing a little go around by the looks of it. Thanks for flying along. Hopefully we have a bit of a different strike of luck tomorrow. I'll probably continue the conversation for a little while over on Discord to try and work out what we can maybe do to try and tweak something else. I don't know. But yeah, going to definitely be having a gin and tonic or maybe some red wine instead. Good grief. Capital letters, good grief. Why does it do this to me? SteveDra in the live chat there as well. Thank you very much. Wonderful livery you've created there for TUI UK. I will use it again in the future and plenty more times ahead as well. Tomorrow we're going to be flying from Origami Studios London Gatwick Airport to Samos in the Fly 2 livery of the 737-800, part of Fly UK Virtual Airways, and we're going to be completing a flight with them on the very last day before my account is deleted. Just not been able to get around to doing flights with them lately because of various new products being released and all that sort of thing. But also last week with the plague of issues with the sim affecting quite a lot of the community, knocking back my plans a little bit too. Yeah, very frustrating. Asobo, act like you give a damn. Please fix these problems. It's unbearably bad now. For quite a lot of people. Thanks for flying along, everybody. Really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. Fingers crossed we have a bit more of a better flight tomorrow. And if we do get through the entire duration of the journey with no issue, I have no idea what to say. But yeah. Thank you to everybody who's flown along. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. Rich126 super chat earlier on. Thank you very much. Dwyle as well and Jeff. Really appreciate it. And Automator for upgrading to Silver Frequent Flyer. And Alpha Bravo for becoming a channel member. Thanks for being with us today. Thanks for flying along, even though we didn't make it, sadly. But we have tried and tried and tried and tried. 2.5 hours to begin with. Yeah, we almost got there, didn't we? But yeah, thanks folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good evening.